Welcome back to the night shift, ladies and gentlemen. You're working late and so are we. It's time to clock in.
It's 10 a.m., Mike.
David, why are you driving and not producing the night shift? All right, guys, listen, we are not in the studio. Once again, we are on a mobile and remote adventure. And by the way, Spencer! Impulsive Season 2 coming at you in a couple of days. But before that, we wanted to clock in for an episode of the night shift, run through a couple things, including the post-fight recap, lunch break with Chef Katie, as well as a couple slip-ups. What are your thoughts, and how are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah.
I woke up this morning and I sneezed 3 times.
The same sickness that Logan had going into the fight last week, I now have, so I don't have much patience or tolerance for any. That said, today, first and foremost, we want to cover the thing on everybody's minds and the tips of everybody's dicks. The fight that happened last week. My good run Logan Paul was beaten into submission by an African man.
Wait, what?
Named KSI Oladipoji. It wasn't good for any of us. We're all very upset, and rolling into it, the 4-day fight recap with Logan Paul.
Nice fucking transition, bye.
Can you just get some B-roll of Mac just so I can plug it into the section where we told him he looks like a softball coach?
I wasn't recording that.
You weren't recording it?
No.
What is with both of you, dude, and your inability to just hit the record button? Some of the best stuff happens before and after the bell rings.
Big red button.
Never heard of it.
Speaking of the bell ringing, we're here with none other than Logan Paul for the 4-day post-fight recap. How you feeling?
Champ? I feel good. I don't know how I could not. I mean, I guess because I lost, that's a pretty good reason to not feel good.
Did you lose, though?
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, technically, we all saw the fight, and yes, I lost. But we did so many good things. It was a great show.
What's it been like just knowing that, all because of one fight, you have had to give up your entire YouTube audience? They're all gone. You've moved out of your home now,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
None of that's true. None of that is true. I still have all my subscribers. They've actually gone up. Followers have increased 500,000 plus. This is actually my house too.
I have heard a lot of people, especially in the UK, saying that this L ended your career. You weren't forced to give back the $35 million you made in 2017?
No, so I actually got to keep that.
I just am misinformed here. Anyways, listen. I didn't bring you here today to talk about the fight. I feel like we'll be doing enough of that over the next couple of weeks with the world's #1 podcast, Impulsive, coming back next week, as well as recap videos that I'm sure will be going out on the now 20 million follower Logan Paul channel. Congratulations on that as well, by the way.
Thank you, Mark.
What I wanted to talk to you about today was some of the things that happened around the ring. You may not know too much about them because you were too busy fighting.
Losing.
There were a number of things that happened in the locker rooms beforehand, in the locker room afterwards, as well as around the match itself. And I want to talk about a couple of those, and I want to use our investigative skills here at the #1 nightly news show, The Night Shift, to potentially reach out to some of the people involved in some of these activities. The first thing I want to talk about is you had a number of high-profile guests show up to support you. Justin Bieber was there. What was it like hanging out with Justin Bieber before the fight? What did that do for your morale?
It was cool. Justin was cool. He came in, he said a prayer with us, and then he walked me to the ring, and the whole time he was just telling me, he's like, yo, calm, peace, calm. It was dope.
What does it feel like knowing that maybe he should have said something other than calm, peace?
Yeah, I wish he would have told me to be aggressive or fight at least,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Someone else that showed up to the fight, our good dear friend Dan Bilzerian showed up with Vitaly, who we'll also talk about in a second, as well as a harem of young women, one of whom was a popular San Diego cosplayer by the name of Maddie. I don't believe you had met her before that night, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Now, she showed up in a shirt that has now been recorded to have infamously shown her nipples, which is funny because she's actually FaceTiming me right now. Now, this was unplanned completely, so let's do this, guys. Okay, Maddie, how are you today? I'm here with Logan Paul, the loser from the other night's boxing match.
Hi.
Well, you look great, and the reason I'm calling you today is I wanted to ask you a little bit about your wardrobe on Saturday night at the fight.
Did you like it?
I did not like it. How do you decide the right transparency for the nipple region?
Well, honestly, my top, I got it from Amazon. It just searched up mesh top.
Maddie, I do have to ask you this. There are people saying that it was potentially your boobs that caused Logan Paul to lose the boxing match. I know.
Definitely not.
So you think it was his lack of throwing his right hand as well?
I think it was, Logan, were you looking at me? Because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I was checking you out a little bit.
Maybe I did distract you. I tried not to, stare deeply in your eyes, but...
Well, you did, and now I lost.
I'll be honest, I don't like any of this. One last question. There was a video that leaked on Instagram stories from later in the night at the after party. It looked like you were giving one of the Maverick team members a lap dance. Who was that?
That was you, silly.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, yes, right. Okay, I apologize for that. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for calling in, and you enjoy the rest of your shoot. And I will say your nipples look as great today as they did on Saturday night.
Well, thank you.
Bye, we'll have you on the night shift soon. See ya. Wow, what a sweet girl.
Super pretty, too.
Yeah, you seem to have said that the other night, and I've made it pretty clear that I was quite interested in that girl before. So what makes you think that I shouldn't just beat the living shit out of her right now?
We held hands, bro. We were walking into a party, and, we were just, holding digits like this. But she danced on you.
You know, I throw wild rights, too. All right, moving on. Everyone saw what happened during the fight, and we won't talk about that today, as I said. But just after the fight, something very, very violent happened in the crowd. Now, we're showing this clip here. What did you hear happened?
I heard Bradley Martin punched Vitaly.
There's no one arguing that, but what we do want to know is what exactly went down, and so I believe we are going to get Bradley Martin on FaceTime right now to find out exactly what happened. Hey, Bradley, how are you, brother?
What's good, man? What's good? Yo, you guys are doing this in the van? Are you in a van right now?
Yes.
No.
Yep. In a van that looks like a studio portion of the house.
Oh, that's the studio. Never mind.
Nah, question for you. We noticed that on Saturday night, during what appeared to be a boxing match, that you were found pummeling a Russian man into the ground. What exactly happened there?
Vitaly was excited after the fight. He was excited most of the night. I think he went up. He was trying to get on stage to challenge either Logan or KSI. I'm not sure which one. Came back down. He was a little bit hyped. And I was behind him, and I jokingly, with a big smile on my face, was like, "Oh, why don't you fight me next?" Joking. Very joking. I'm friends with Vitaly. I didn't think that it was going to go to that level where he turned around and basically you saw what happened in the video where he came up to me very quickly. Probably didn't like the fact that I didn't flinch to his approach and probably felt the need to push me in the neck. My natural reaction was okay, number one, I think if I would have gotten pressed in the chest, I might have pushed him back harder, pushed him, but for some reason he hit me in the neck and it just kind of set me off and I was like, okay, I'm going to punch this dude. Probably also because I had just watched the boxing match and then it just, there's a lot of hype there. I didn't try to hurt the guy. I was more like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bradley, the thing is have you ever seen a Mack truck run over a kitten before? It doesn't really matter if you're trying to hurt someone or not. You are a large fucking human, dude. I mean, what were you thinking, dude? You could have killed the guy.
What was I going to do? Stand there and get pushed in the neck and be like, oh, sick, I'm a pussy, I'm just going to get pushed in my neck. I wouldn't expect anyone to take that without some sort of reaction. I just want people to know this, because everyone's hitting me up I don't dislike Vitaly. You know what I'm saying? It was a weird circumstance, so I want to make that known. I don't hate the guy. I actually like the guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that up and make it sound like I hate Vitaly and I want to fuck him up.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
I love you guys.
We'll talk to you soon, bro. See you soon. Bye. Wow, Bradley, what a great and large man.
Strong.
Well, another thing that happened at the fight on Saturday night, your little brother Jakey had a bit of a meltdown. What exactly went on there?
I think he was drunk, dude. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I said it.
Little case of the old Sipperooskies, yeah?
It's just tough to see big bro lose controversially. Alcohol probably didn't help that. And he's an emotional kid. He's got that earring,
Speaking of brother Jakey, I believe we're going to try to get him on the line right now to find out what it was that made the waterworks start that night.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, Jake, how are you?
I'm doing real good, man. How are you?
Doing all right. So, as a lot of...
live on the night shift?
I wouldn't say live, but yes, you're live, yep.
Okay.
What happened? What was going through your mind in the now infamous locker room scene? Walk us through what happened.
I love my brother more than anybody, and I feel like I was invested into the training camp just as much as he was, and I wanted him to win just as badly as he did. And, I just didn't think the decision was fair, and I was just emotional, and a lot of thoughts were on my mind. I got a little upset with Shannon Briggs after, and maybe I was in the wrong, but at the time that's what I felt. Like I said, I think it comes down to I wanted to see my brother win.
Yeah, facts. So did a lot of us, and it really sucks that he let everyone down and is apparently a real fucking loser. If you could go back and do it again, would you punch Shannon Briggs in the face?
Nope.
Are you worried that Gibb is going to use that for ammunition in your fight against him?
I don't even know if I'm fighting Gibb for sure, but what's he going to say? Oh, you cried? You're a scaredy cat? Like, yeah, I cried. I'll cry right now again, too. Real men cry.
Are you actually able to cry right now? Now, Jake, you are actually down at training camp with Ryan Garcia. I believe I just saw that crazed maniac sneak out the back there.
We're training right now.
Damn.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Garcia, can you sneak back in for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
Now, I heard your commentating during the fight, and you made it pretty clear that you thought that 2-point takeaway was a little excessive. Have you watched the tape back since then?
Yeah, I checked it out again. My opinion's still the same. It was excessive. Jack Reese is an incredible ref, but obviously, we're all human. We can make a little bit of a mistake in there. At the end of the day, Logan caught him with a good shot, dropped him, and then, he was probably in the heat of the moment and just threw a shot, and I felt that, it should have been a warning. The first one should always be a warning, and then next, you need to take points away. So I didn't feel like that was right.
Did you think either of the two shots deserved a penalty, either the holding the back of the head or the punch while he was down?
I don't think Logan did it intentionally, and that's the key. You got to see if they try to do it intentionally. I think it was just in the heat of the battle. Obviously, this is their first pro fight. So, emotions are high, so I feel like that had a big part to do with it.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia, and we look forward to getting more dubs out there, brother.
Of course. Thank you guys a lot.
Yes, sir.
We're in a sport where you're supposed to be a hard ass, and if I can cry then, I can cry whenever. I think it's cool to cry because I'm going to make Cooling cry in 2022.
You said you were going to make Cooling cry, and it brought up a question I want to ask you. There have been some reports coming out of the locker room that night that you may have been potentially utilizing some of the devil's liquor. Are any of those reports accurate?
Yeah, so in the video, you see Logan go to Shannon. He goes, "He's been drinking," but he mouthed it, and I was like, "Bro!" By the first time the bell rang, I was stone cold sober the whole entire time. The whole entire time we were in the locker room, I was sober. I had 3 shots before while I was doing interviews because I was a little bit nervous. Logan was like, "Oh, he has been drinking, so he's emotional," but no. That wasn't the case.
Same argument that Tiger Woods used after he crashed his car back in 2012. And Jake, we stand with you, brother. Listen, we appreciate you.
It doesn't sound like you stand with me.
Listen, I do want to say you did announce some other big news during that night that we may potentially at some point have our own MTV show. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I do want to reiterate it one more time for the night shift, and I hope that happens.
Mike, it's looking really good. We're in talks with the MTV executives right now. They're really feeling us, so we're looking to make that happen. But thank you so much for having me on the night shift. Keep it up, guys. And Logan, quit fucking losing, man.
Good advice.
We
Thanks,
love you, Jakey. Thank you, bro. Wow. What a great brother.
Yeah. Blonde, too.
Why is it the only thing I ever know what to say after I hang up with somebody? It's just, wow, what a great, and then
Hey,
something.
I knew he was drinking, bro. Man, it sucks because he was so emotional, but when he was in my face, I was like, this boy smells like tequila.
I got drunk just talking to him. Another big story from Saturday evening. This one is a little bit liquidy. I hate to say it. A good friend of mine by the name of Emily Willis was invited to the fight alongside Riley Reid and Abby Maley, 3 actresses.
Mattress actresses.
Mattress actresses.
Otherwise known as porn stars.
Now, they came along with Adam 22 and Lena. Lena we will call a...
Plug.
She's the plug, some would say. Now, Adam and Lena sat in front of the girls, and at one point, this happened.
I just was on the floor in the middle of the Staples Center.
Bro.
Right under your seat.
It's on my shoe.
This one's weird, man. This is one of those ones where, I'm glad I lost instead of having to see this.
She wanted to talk to me about this, and the things she told me were just wild, but I'd love to bring her back on right now to see... how do you explain this?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Emily. Good to see you. I'm here with Logan Paul on the night shift.
Logan, how are ya?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
I'll be honest, we're a bit pissed off right now, I'll be honest with you.
Pissed?
Yeah. As you know, I've become quite a fan of you, and by the way, so has Logan.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Well, it just gets tricky because you're.
Let me ask this the right way. So you came to the event on Saturday night to watch a boxing match, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you may have drank before the event?
Okay, I'm gonna start off with a couple things. I'm a very hydrated girl, and Mike, as you know, when I drink, it's fountains, and that's what happened.
Do you regret pissing on the arena floor?
No, but I will say this: next time I'll just find a cup.
Yeah, see, that was.
What about a bathroom?
Well, or a bathroom, which we had already gone to the bathroom twice. But, you know, I was with Riley. It was like mobs and like Elena and Adam. We were just getting mobbed and attacked. And it was like such a mission to even fucking go to the restroom. So I was like, a girl's gotta go and a girl's gotta go.
On a final note, I just want to say you moved up to number 11 on Pornhub, which is, I mean, you are moving up through the ranks, and you have to believe that some of it is because of the influencer circles you've been running with, both myself and David Dobrik, which, by the way, I'm not very happy about. But I do want to say this. Oh, nothing. But I do want to say this. You also sent me a video the other day of a girl crawling around your floor with a butcher knife shoved into her butthole.
I know how that happened, but yeah, we stuck a knife up her ass, and
Whoa!
I wanted to lick it.
Hey, it was good talking to you.
Emily, listen, we do love you, and we hope that there are many, many, many bathrooms in your future. Emily Willis, thank you so much. Bye, see ya. What a sweet, sweet girl.
Yeah, porn star. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
That one I'm having a hard time explaining.
Doesn't make any sense.
No sense, but honestly, what really is making sense these days, kid?
Yeah, you're right.
We had a great plan in place.
Yeah.
To be honest, you really went and fucked that up for us, didn't you?
Don't blame me, bro. Blame Jack Reese.
I might just do that. On a final note, we did have an after party at Hyde, and by the way, it was kind of fucking dope, dude. Like, every single influencer was there. Even all the people that were like, we're Team KSI, like, go KSI. And why the fuck were you at our after party, dude? Like, what the fuck is good?
It was nice.
It was great.
It was cool, man. Yeah, we both came out healthy, which is. I mean, boxing's such a dangerous sport, and we both walked away unscathed. I did, anyways. You know, we chilling.
Final question: how did it feel to alleviate that load after the fight?
This will be the first place I say this. I had 2 wet dreams that week of the fight. So the whole like building your batch completely got shot out the window. 2 days before the fight, I blew it.
Do you think that could have potentially caused you to not throw a single right hand throughout the entire fight?
You know, it's hard to say at this point whether ejaculate is linked to the power of my right hand, but it's quite possible, yeah.
I think that's it. Impulsive Season 2 next week. Logan Paul vlogs, tons of content coming out, and of course more from your favorite nightly news show.
The Night Shift.
Phase.
Yo, Maddie is cute, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really pissed off that I did this segment with you because it drove you guys closer together.
I said, yo, it's Mike's friend. Do you have a last name or no?
I fucking hate you. Wow, what a recap. What did you think of this?
Whoa, no fucking way. I won't believe it.
Danny, welcome to the Night Shift.
Oh,
What do you have to say about yourself today?
I'm stoked. And about myself generally,
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Do you have any message you want to send to the Night Shift fans out there who are dealing with the fact that they lost all of their money betting on Logan Paul?
Follow Danny L. Strobel on Instagram and you will find all your joy back from losing that money.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice plug.
I don't know who's
What's
I ordered,
what's going on
one of
here?
these is an eye booster.
Fuck yes.
It'll help your sickness. Oh shit, all the food. Avocado toast.
There's a vegan.
Broly.
Rollies here. All this food coming in. I can't think of a better time to intro the next segment of today's Night Shift. Lunch break with Chef Katie. Bon appetit.
That was actually dope.
That was good.
That was
That was
good.
good.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
All right, let's make this quick, man, because I'm starving too.
David, what's your fucking problem?
Hungry.
You ain't starving. What are you, back in
I'm
Germany again?
starving. It's 4 fucking o'clock.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lunch Break with Chef Katie. Now this one was a bit unplanned, guys. It is now, 4 days after the fight. I haven't shot anything for the night shift. I came in only to realize that Chef Katie was making my favorite food in the entire world, chicken parmesan. Since fight camp ended, since the fight ended, we have been off to the races. We've had buffalo chicken,
Chicken sandwich, lobster mac and cheese.
lobster mac and cheese. I have some video of that. I'll show you that right there.
Real burgers.
Real cheeseburger. She's been cooking with all real cheese. It's just been a disaster. How many times do you think he's gonna walk in and out and slam the fucking door during my fucking video? Anyways, chicken parmesan is my favorite food. Speaking of favorites, everyone's favorite part of the Kicked Out series was when I put my penis on your hand.
I'm really distracted right now because your is on my hand. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Oh god. Okay, yeah, that happened.
Let's run these guys quickly through the process of how you made what is going to be the best chicken parmesan of all time. What do we got here?
Thin chicken cutlets. I think you should try it by itself.
Okay.
It's just good. It's just so good. Chicken cutlet.
Can I have a piece too?
No,
Oh
she
my
didn't.
god.
Chicken cutlet. There's Parmesan cheese in there. It was pounded, so it's
You have
tender.
Parmesan cheese in the chicken?
In the chicken. That's the secret to it.
A good chicken parm starts with the chicken itself, and she's already crushed this part, so we're off to a good start. I do want to say quickly too, Assistant Danny is here. Two people that probably deserve the most love and affection for making that fight go down, that will probably get the least of it, but these two are both completely pertinent to the entire fight. How does it feel to be done with the fight?
Oh, it's nice. I'm not gonna lie. I feel good.
It was a lot of hard work, but it was cool because he like challenged us to another level.
It was really exciting. It was cool to see how Logan's body changed from the first fight, from when I started.
It was a lot of fun, trust me. Cooking every day for Shannon Briggs is a real treat, I'm sure. Anyways, back to chicken parmesan. What's the next step?
Okay.
So we got this, you got this sauce here.
Yeah. Tomatoes, oregano, olive oil, basil, garlic, all the good stuff. Then you got spaghetti,
Yeah.
which is already cooked.
And normally, guys, I don't eat a ton of carbs. I try to eat like everything without carbs, but for the past few days, she asked me every meal, she's like, are you doing no carbs? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about anything. We've been in a really fuck-it mood here. We're just kind of like, all right, whatever. We worked for one goal for months and months and months, and now we're just gonna enjoy ourselves for a week, and that's what we've been doing, so. Welcome to Lunch Break with Chef Katie.
Hi.
Mike.
Back.
How do you feel now that the fight is over and we're back in, regular life?
Mike, the fight never stops, you know?
Interesting angle. Oh, look who's back for seconds. Hey, Logan.
Hey, Mike.
You look overall happy and in good spirits.
Why are you saying this like it's a surprise to me?
I said it to everybody else too. You look overall happy and in good spirits.
Yeah, I drank some whiskey in the car today.
Nice. And we can do that because,
I can't say that because then it sounds like I was driving while I was drinking the whiskey.
well, I'll just include the part that you just said, where you said it sounds like I was driving.
Cool,
But,
cool.
yeah.
But you weren't.
So
you
you don't
just
seem
mentioned
to be really that sad.
Mike, what's your angle? Are you trying to convince the internet that I'm not like some depressed homeless guy now? I'm not depressed and homeless, all right? It's done.
Let's talk more about this chicken parmesan. You've already ate one whole dish of it, and now you're on a second. What would you
Bro,
rate
Mike,
it on a
Mike.
scale of 1 to 10?
I'm gonna answer this question for Chef Katie, not you. It's a 10 out of 10. This dish is incredible. No, seriously, one of my faves. It took me 10 seconds to eat the first dish.
Show us a little bit more of what we have here. We've got the chicken breast, we've got the sauce, the cheese on top. And what's the cheese? It's just a whole milk mozzarella?
Yes. And Parmesan. Am I plating this for you?
Yeah,
You eat
yeah.
this?
I'll do a little bit of spaghetti on the side for sure.
Feel like that much?
All right, let's give it a shot.
Are you gonna eat and film or?
Yes.
Chef Katie, this is so good. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but Mom, if you're watching this, I hope you're well. We've got a lot of vegetarians and vegans in this house, so Mac doesn't eat chicken parmesan, he just eats an entire plate of pasta. Mac, what do you think you do for animals by eating that giant plate of pasta? What if animals like pasta and you're just eating all of their food?
I always thought about that. You know, vegetarians start eating plants more, and then the cows can't eat lettuce when they go out and graze in the open farm.
Guys, listen, this was an impromptu session of Lunch Break with Chef Katie. I just wanted to show you the chicken parm. I love chicken parmesan, and I didn't see any reason not to show it. You guys have made it very clear in the past that you love Chef Katie and you also love assistant Danny. So what I did was I combined those two into one person underneath one roof for one segment of Lunch Break with Chef Katie. And Chef Katie, do you have anything else to say to the kids at home today who are thinking about maybe not studying for that exam tomorrow?
Just go to culinary school. You never have to study.
That's it for this week's episode of Lunch Break with Chef Katie. Now back to your favorite nightly news show and the night shift. Peace.
Yo, Mike, do me a favor, just throw this on the fucking ground. You hillbilly.
No bacon? Who did
That's
bacon?
fucking the scumbag German.
Oh.
Fuck you. Alright.
Give it over right here.
I just watched a weeks-long World War II special on Netflix. Germans kind of suck.
They're rough.
That was back in the
Dennis
day.
totally fine with me.
Yeah, you're cool now.
Guys, I don't know how else to say it, but we're currently decompressing as well as enjoying our lives. So there's not much of a studio segment this week. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode.
Oh, no! Fuck, David! Why are you driving?
You just whipped out of here like you're Tony Stewart. Is that a NASCAR driver?
Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of The Night Shift. If you did, make sure you like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Guys, that's it for this episode of The Night Shift, everyone's favorite nightly news show. Clocking out.
Bro's just depressed.
He's like, what the fuck have I done?